What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hard Carry, where we're carrying CDL matches from Twitch straight to you. Today, we're checking out our last match of the day, LA Thieves versus Seattle Surge. We got some Hydro Hardpoint. LA Thieves yesterday absolutely slapped down the London Royal Ravens. This is the Seattle Surge's first match of this major. Let's check out this first Hardpoint match.
Series, both teams finding themselves in a similar situation. It's not been the greatest, situation when it comes down to land performances. One grand final appearance both teams have seen, the other placements not so great. Both respawn dominant, trying to fine-tune their game in Search and Destroy. Long-time rosters as well, as we finally are in for game one. To P1 we go, buddy.
To P1 we go, and I think the main player that I want to focus on the side of Seattle Surge is a guy who was kind of struggling all throughout Major 3. He had a couple big moments, but specifically versus a team like the Thieves, this is when he plays to a whole different level, and I'm talking about Mac, a 1.1 in hardpoint, 1.28 in control. For some reason, he has easy reads when you're going up against this Thieves roster, and already starting off 2-0, he's feeling himself.
Oh, he absolutely is. Thieves went for the instant flip over at P2. Mac trying to get it.
We had a couple LAN games today. Minnesota Rocker won 2 matches,
inside of P1,
giving them a couple much needed points in their fight for P8.
Well, they're happy to allow for those final few seconds to go the opposite direction. Why? Because now they have got rotations for new.
Yeah, now they're fully set up for this P2 hardpoint. LA Thieves have to try to find an opening. It'll look like they're going to put pressure on through both angles, through the front side dome and through broken side. A team kill, unfortunately, does come in for Octane, which is now going to allow Mac to spawn behind that player, so he has the ability to potentially set up a pinch while his teammates are still holding down the hill, but the pinch comes in from Draza, able to take him off that time, and he finds a second. LA Thieves find the break.
Yeah, that is great
nice
work
break
from
Draza
and
Thieves.
We talked about his bit of struggles, Jay, when it came down to Major 3, just not the level that you'd expect to see him at.
Nice, Kenny.
Able to find 3 on the flank. Wonderful work. Coming in from Quavo, father and son. You got to talk about both when you're mentioning one of them. It's about to be a lead change, a perfect break for LAT. Final 10 belongs to them.
And that's
still basically tied, though.
What LA Thieves like to do at hardpoint.
Exactly
Dead last in rotation, but when they find that break, they hold it down to the very end. And now we're going to force Seattle off that rotation over towards P3. They're fully set up, but this is going to be a big gunfight going on between Kenny and Sib. A little bit of assistance does come in from Envoy, so now the pressure's coming from both angles. At least they win one gunfight from the front.
Oh, nice break
from the back end.
Oh, and that is excellent work, Jay. Already, we're talking the first 15 seconds of the hill, and LAT already finding themselves on another break. Across the map we went, 2 men strong toward the backside. Kenny and Envoy very much
here they come
alive.
now.
And with that, Surge now instantly put on the back foot. Make it 3 down again. Last player alive is Pred. Can he make any dent? And it looks like he finds 1 kill, but that is all. Spawns flip.
Yeah, spawns flip. Now if you are Seattle, you need to fight for this final 15. Still a couple players from LA Thieves trying to put pressure on, but eventually you take care of him.
Finally get the
final
scrap.
Time is going to go to you. Seattle are going to be able to take the lead, but now off this rotation, you see one player in Draza. He's still going to spawn all the way across the map. So it's all on Kenny. Kenny drops, and now it's only 2 of his teammates left in this position. Octane at least relieves some of that pressure, taking down the first Envoy with the trade, and LA Thieves, they hold the push.
Yeah, nice by Envoy.
I think Hydro HP at its...
Envoy slapping right now.
It's most accurate, and it's most likely is when it comes down to spawns. You got to be aware of it. Some tricky works happening at all times, and so far it has been an all-out brawl. A 6-point advantage, a slim one at that right now for the Thieves. And we talked so often about breaks. There was one finally for Seattle, another lead change.
That's beautiful break right there from Seattle Surge to time their pinches, to win their gunfights when it was necessary, and eventually find themselves with full control of this P4 hill with only 20 seconds left. These are going to give this a last final push, try to get them off for this time, but Seattle, great crossfires set up. Back spawn still in their favor. This final 15 is going to be theirs. You're going to force LA Thieves now off the rotation to set up for P5.
Yeah, I think the game is finally said, all right, Thieves, you guys are going to have to rotate at some point. We'll see if this one can be not just a rotation, but a successful one at that. A wonderful start, by the way, to this game 1 hardpoint from Dylan Hannon. Now at 14 and 5, pops the Deddy in hopes of maybe earning the first cruise missile of this game. And Icaster cursed him all the way to that one. My bad, Envoy. He will fall.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it is Thieves currently
14 and 6 start though.
Yeah, Thieves currently with the time, and Kenny also won a huge one-on-one versus Matt to make sure he maintained those spawns for his teammates. As now all of Seattle Surge are going to consistently spawn over towards that P1 side. Pred does take down one. Pred finds two. The Predator. He's able to find those 2 kills and execute the break for Seattle Surge.
Not a good start for Pred though.
Players from the Thieves off guard as
Needs
now
to pick it up a little bit.
20 seconds. It's looking like Seattle are going to put themselves in a pretty position to take this time and force LA Thieves off another rotation.
Yeah, I gotta say, Jay, the first set of rotations, come to a close. I hate to say it, but someone screenshot our current scoreboard. Pred happens to find himself double negative. I don't know if I've ever seen that, Jay, at least so far throughout this season. And I say screenshot it because I guarantee he is about to turn it around. Undoubtedly, one of the reasons why Seattle Surge holds the best hardpoint record in the entire league. Some big gunfights going down between the main ARs as Octane is able to take that. Seattle, regardless of it, still will hold the right side of your screen, the most valuable bit of real estate on the map as Octane looks to get going.
Yeah, Octane looks to get going, but Mac is there for the trade. Sib also catches that player onto draws, trying to flip those spawns. Now that's 3 dead in the feed. Kenny, last player up, he gets taken care of. And this is exactly what Seattle Surge wanted to do. Not give up a lot of time off of the P1, win a couple gunfights, keep the pressure on, knowing that you are in control of the spawns for that next hard point. This is a good amount of time here. The Thieves are going to be able to find 2, so they're going to be able to get the break. But Seattle, they were thinking big picture. They have those spawns until 2 players spawn out. So if you are the Thieves, it's time to put the pedal on it. It's time to go.
That's exactly right. Pedal to the metal. Time to move. If you're the Thieves, let's step aside and see how the comms are sounding. A check-in with LA.
Okay, got some. That's fine. Go. No, wait. Close right still. This arch, then. This one goes. You can absolutely. In ruins left. So, I mean, one is ruins though. I'm back. I have one cross. Short. I'm one shot. I'm back. On the ping. This is huge time, guys. Bridge heady. Alright, Whatever front. Multiple front. I'm going if you want it. Soak this time. I'm going L. One's cool. Soak this time. I'm going left. I'm going top window. One's hut. City got top window. Yeah.
One of them is echoey as fuck. Or they're sitting too close to each other or something.
Are we about to see this happen again? The Thieves, wonderful plays over at P2, and they strut their way across the map. Right now, a wonderful map position, but can things begin to turn around? Mac falls from the skies. Surge in desperate need to bring it back. Let's go to Liston now with them.
In the deep back. Close spawn. Pawn door. Front door dead. I'm staying out. Back time. One. That's it. Jen dead. Okay, let's hold this up. Come on. Back left on the stairs. He's weak. Hold on. I'll get on in a second. Close left. Okay, I heard you. He's right here. I naded him. I got him. That was him. I don't see anything. Two left. One more there. He's absolute back left. I'm trying to hold. Dead. I'll come help you downstairs. Yeah. Outer on me. Outer right is on time. I don't see anything in beach, bro. Okay. I'm playing low left, okay? That's fine. I'll play outer. Tool. I'm gonna spawn out. Yep. I'll spawn out. Yeah. There's nothing low left, Dante. I have low left. Once it's that close, I spawned here. I've left. I'll get time. Okay. He's in close. Outer dead. I got him. I'm holding. I only have low and outer. One cross P2. Look to the back. Okay. I have the back. Look to the back. I'm open right now. I have my P2 door. You look to the back. He's in back P2. I'm holding. One in the water. Globe or some shit. Wait. P2 bench is dead. Globe. P2. I'm holding your front. One's open. One open. P2 door dead. Nice. I'm trying to flank open. I have your outer, Mac. I have your outer. P2 door again dead. Nice. Let's go open. Open and dead. Nice. Open dead. One more P5. 2P5. I didn't stand open.
Well, a good check-in with both teams. Right now, Seattle Surge are fighting for everything as it seems. 20 seconds left to go at the pathway, and well, the score lines are not pretty, but they're starting to improve a bit as Mac hits the dust. That final 15 should hopefully make the scoreline look that much better, but still, Jay, Thieves in prime advantage and commanding control so far here in map 1.
Yeah, Thieves are doing great, but Seattle Surge on the last 2 hills from the P3 to the P4, they were able to get themselves a good amount of time to get back into this game. So a 25-point hard point It's the difference currently right now. Mac in a great position to at least try
Envoy,
to
big
cause
2
some
kills
problems
there.
on the side of the Thieves. Is able to at least find 1 kill, but none of his teammates are able to find anything. LA Thieves, they hold strong, and they can close out the game on this hill.
And you can see it in Sib's face right there. Just frustration, tries to make his way through the backside of the spawn behind enemy lines, but his accuracy, who's actually able to find 2. So with that, it will open things up. Now for Pred, he tries to strut. He eventually gets taken down by the pistol there of Envoy. Regardless, it is an all-out headbutt, but as we said, Surge, they need these points, and they're not getting them.
Yeah, they're not getting them. They're also not getting the favorable side of the spawns that you see all the Seattle Surge players spawning out towards P3. The only player towards Dome side is going to be Sib, so just want to try to stay alive on that side of the map. Don't let anyone sneak on by and potentially flip these spawns, because now you have to try to get a good amount of time off of P1 and close out the game at P2. So all of the Thieves, that's their main focus. Just flip these spawns. We're not really worried about this P1 time. If we can get it, even better.
Oh.
But the trade comes in onto Sib, and now the spawns are going to flip.
They are indeed, but still, you can obviously win it over at P1. Envoy trying to put on the pressure as that
12 seconds.
scoreline for him continues to look fantastic. 32 and 15.
That's it.
It only takes 5
That's
more
it.
seconds. And a
Envoy shitting on him.
6 spree. Have yourself a moment, Envoy. Laughing it up. Enjoying themselves.
Goatee Envoy.
A dominant game 1 out of LAT.
It's kind of dominant.
That's how you're coming out swinging. That's good signs right there from the LA Thieves, because history does not tell the same story here. It's usually Seattle getting the better of them in this mode. But this time, LA Thieves, they win a couple rotations. They find the breaks when it's needed. And Envoy just takes his game to a whole different level on this map, number 1. Ends that game out on a 6-3 to secure this game for his team. 34 and 15, man. 30 non-traded kills. He's all over the map, brother.
He is indeed. My word. As you said, 30 non-traded kills is absurd. He was finding those kills, and Surge, I mean, you can see the debt that it leaves. Pred, -10. Mac, well, not so great. Sib and accuracy, a little bit of a better score line, but still negative at the end of the day. Just dominance from start to finish. But Jay, it really started off with the breaks. I mean, it felt like for the Thieves, very much picking up from where they left off yesterday versus the Ravens.
Oh yeah, it's definitely what they did. You can just tell that the confidence is there. Even when they don't win a couple rotations, they were able to find a break right at the beginning of some of these hills. And usually Seattle on this map, we've seen them be really good at reading spawns, even when it gets a little bit chaotic. They're usually great when they set up, but on a map like Hydro, where they just recently started playing it, there will be a couple openings. LA Thieves, they come out and take a statement map number 1. Now they're going into a search and destroy where they pretty much won it super easy yesterday with a clean 6-0 with a guy not even dying. So I think if you are Seattle, this is where you have to try to clutch up. You have to get this W in the search and destroy, which has been your worst mode all year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's without question. For both teams, S&D has been, you know, the area of struggle, as we know, that has been the case with the Thieves really since the roster form. We know how talented that they are in Hardpoint. Toward the end of the year last season in Vanguard, once that search destroyed,
Embassy
started to see
Search.
dramatic improvements.
Can
So go back to
Seattle
the same
bounce
thing
back?
we said
Seattle
for
hasn't been very good at
It feels
search,
like
though.
when this team is rolling it, firing at all cylinders, a search destroy is at the top of the list, at least when it came down to Vanguard. But Embassy Search Destroy, man, it's going to be fun. And like I said, it feels like for the Thieves, they are very much happy to fly in for this game mode because they 6-0'd the Ravens on it yesterday.
Yeah, you're definitely very happy to play this S&D map. Like you said, they 6-0'd London yesterday, and they made it look so damn easy. Draza was winning 1-on-1s, 1v2s, did not matter. They were getting the job done, even with Kenny dropping a donut. So I think
Yeah,
if you
how
are
did
the
that
LA
happen?
Thieves, that's insane. That's a 3v4, but not really a 3v4. At least Kenny was probably getting bombs down, baiting in a couple situations. LA Thieves just made this map look pretty easy yesterday. Now, on the opposite side for the Surge, I said it, man. This one has bad history for them because that 1v2 where it was Pred versus Simp. 34 HP, he gets hip fired in bottom orange to not make it to that winners finals. Even in that round, it was Sib who found the first 2 kills. It was a 2v4 in that situation.
They already look kind of
so
chalk.
Seattle Surge find themselves down 0-1 in this series. Have to bounce back in this search and destroy. I think 2 players that I'm looking at to step up on this map is the 2 guys that really didn't have the best performance in that map, number 1. We said it, Max started off great, But then I don't know what happened. He just went on death spree after death spree.
Yeah.
And versus a team like LA Thieves, you cannot allow that to happen. So Mackenzie melts. He has to come out and try to make the plays in search and destroy, especially to shut down the pressure that comes in from Envoy.
Yeah, without question. But you could, like, that's a perfect way of phrase, especially that opening hard point. We saw what one SMG was doing for the Thieves side. We saw what the SMGs of Seattle, what they were doing, and obviously the record implies what the scoreline intended to be. 250 to 186, first game in the books. Thieves able to drop another W onto Hydro, but now into this search and destroy. As you said it, man, not great history when it comes down to Seattle, at least versus Atlanta FaZe in that prior game that they have played on it. Also, one thing, Jay, I went back and watched it just to like kind of relive maybe what some past experiences were for the Surge. As you called it, a hip fire kill. Also,
Yeah.
Simp escapes with 1 HP. That is it. So Seattle are 1 HP away from facing off against Toronto in that winners finals. And again, who knows what happens if they're able to walk away with that kill, walk away with that series. But out of sight, out of mind, Seattle Surge, it feels like since the last time that they have been on this map, things have not gone the greatest for them. And one thing as well, Jay, is that we talk about just the Texas Major in its entirety. What happened to Seattle's S&D? Like, they go from going 4-1 in the qualifiers to 1-4 on LAN. I thought this team was supposed to be great, or at least better, at Search Destroy on LAN.
Oh, well, that wasn't the case there. You played Atlanta FaZe, that's a tough matchup. You also play LAG, you have to clutch up all the way into game number 5. That's the only search and destroy that they were able to take that weekend. So now you just have to get right back on the proper foot in this mode. Now Envoy already trying to work his way on the deep flank. One thing that LA Thieves do have a lot of success on this map is retake situations. The second best team as Envoy finds the first.
Oh, when he's made his presence felt, Sib and Accuracy both hit the ground. And right now for Mac, objective at hand, Envoy's shooting at his teammates, and Mac and Pred are going to take advantage of it. It was a perfectly played bait from Envoy and Co.
I don't even
to
know what
start
happened there.
off that round, and Mac and Pred able to deliver with all 4 here in round 1. The SMGs, who were slow on Hydro, answer early here on Embassy.
Yeah, I think in that situation, if you are the Thieves, man, we have the top windows, we have top PD control. They cannot get that bomb down. As long as no one sneaks over towards A, the whole map is basically in your control. But once Envoy dropped towards bottom middle, you saw that he was able to snap onto Octane, thinking that it was an enemy, gives up both of their positionings, allows Pred to hit through bottom bathrooms, find 3 kills on the round, and Seattle take the first.
He'll happily grab that, and as we said for Pred, just I don't remember the last time we've seen that guy go double negative, let alone negative at all. Quickly turns things around in that round number 1, but into round 2, LA Thieves now on the attack. And take a look at arrow number 4. Envoy, ever so sneaky, pops that dead silence, and without question is behind enemy lines. Nobody from Seattle is going to have any idea that he's here.
Oh yeah, Envoy, he's set up to make a really big play. He's going to be able to get that information onto Accuracy. Let's get a little bit of Heckler towards the Xbox. He finds the second, but Pred is there for the trade. Pred finds 2, and at least relieves some of that pressure. Now Sib in a 1v2 situation.
A spot like that, I don't know how Pred, let alone find
I don't know.
on 2 on top of it. As you said, lightens the load a bit for Sib. Now it's on to the other sophomore to try to get things done for Surge. Can the timing work out for him? And his spot draws up. He'll snake his heart out, and from there sets his teammate up for the kill. It is Envoy to start, and the Thieves, thankfully, able to hold on to that man advantage despite some great plays coming in from the Aussie.
Yeah, and that's just great work right there from Envoy to find those first 2 kills in round number 1, because when you get those kills, that silence is going to be earned a lot quicker. So he was able to invest it in the second round, pushes all the way through back alley, finds the opening, and is able to open up with the first 2 kills. Give all the information to his teammates. Even though Pred finds 2, the last player was towards gas. You can hit that bomb down, couple snakes around the sign, and LA Thieves are able to tie it up at 1 now.
Into round 3 we go. Early shots exchanged. Civ just narrowly gets out of dodge. I believe that was player number 4 in Envoy, trying to get up and aggressive. Meanwhile, it's Kenny who's also trying to do the same. He quickly gets found on out. So right now it is Surge with numbers and Surge with information. Pred taking a page out of Envoy's book, and he'll actually kill him with his own strategy. 4v2.
4v2. Pred gets information onto another player. He's going to go for the challenge.
Oh, he
gets a couple sound cues as well as he earns himself. Not a cruise missile yet. But Octane all left in a 1v4 situation. Bomb gets planted over towards A. Pred, he's not going to slow down. He's going to be the aggressor as he finds another kill on the round. That's 2 3-pieces in 2 different rounds in Search and Destroy. To not have the stat line of 8-2.
Fred going off. 8-1.
He's taking over in this S&D.
He is, man. You can just feel it. He's like, okay, after that map number 1, I gotta turn it around here on Embassy. Yo, Lamar. Watch over me. Watch over me, Lamar.
Yeah, actually, don't watch over me. I found the opening. Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm actually good. Don't even worry about it. Just send me out. Give me some dead silence, and I'll do the rest.
Lamar.
A 2-1 advantage quickly here for Surge. Pred taking over. He has got 8 out of his team's 10 kills in total. We'll see if he can add on to it already. We've seen some crazy performances on Embassy. Maybe we've got another one. Sib, miss-snipe, and with that, Thieves take more map control.
Yeah, Thieves is just going to push right up, get this bomb down towards B. You have 2 players from Seattle are going to be ready to take him off of it, but Mac, if he challenged that a little bit earlier, he's able to get him before that bomb gets planted. So now in the 3v4 situation, you have Pred already working the flank.
I don't want to say this is a guaranteed kill, but it feels like it. It feels like it. Give it to him. 9-1. Kenny thankfully gets on the board. Problem being is that bomb, well, it is, yeah, it's already defused. So good effort, Kenny. Just out of the play. And from there, Surge, they retake and then some. I know we've been highlighting a lot of different moments, but just overall solid teamwork round there from the Surge, even though we highlight Pred here at the end.
Yeah, that was just a good retake right there from Seattle, especially on Mac to kill that bomb carrier immediately as soon as that bomb goes down. So now in the 3v4 situation, LA Thieves are thinking, all right, we're going to have one body who's consistently looking at the site, but once he drops, then you have to change a couple positions up. And that allows Pred to find the opening through top Embassy, win a huge one-on-one, and eventually set up the pinch. Kenny was not in a position to take either player off the site. Seattle are able to walk away with 2 rounds in a row now.
And this is a big one coming up for Surge as well. After losing that opening hard point, we talked about S&D. Where's it going to sit at? How's it going to play? And so far, they've answered accordingly. Another first blood granted for Seattle as Pred now finds himself on the 5 spree. So 1 away from the cruise. Another additive, another positive currently going on here in game 2 right now from Seattle. Can Kenny look to get things going? You can hear the call-outs are there, trying to organize the troops and come away with the clutch. It's about to be a brawl as Sib takes him down quickly with the snipe. 4v2.
Man, that's a lot of confidence. Jumping through top Hicker's window with the sniper in hand and go for the shot on towards Xbox. And at least Raza takes down one into Mac. This player's all around him on the side of Seattle, but he's moving around. Accuracy eventually takes care of him. Now it's all up to Octane in the 1v3. Makes it more manageable. 1v2 now.
See if LaRue's got something prepared. Something crazy.
No dead silence.
Against the young guns of Sib and Pred, as you call it. No dead silence. And for now, no problem. A trophy in hand, but this man has held many trophies and based off of clutches much like this one. 30 seconds to go. Trying to find the right angle. Where has Sib gone? Where has he ran to? Just toward your left. Oh, Octane not able to read him. Sib, the one corner, the one angle that Octane decided to avoid ends up being his downfall. A great opportunity, a great chance there for LA Thieves. Does not go their way. Surge now up big.
Yeah, it's 3 rounds in a row now from Seattle. Surge. Pred with another first blood onto Envoy, shutting down the playmaker on the side of the Thieves. Exactly what you want to do. Now they go on the defensive end. LA Thieves have to try to switch it up though, because Seattle Surge, they've been great on their retakes every single time towards B.
Oh no.
But this time accuracy takes down Pred. That's not the guy you want to take down in this situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been talking about Pred discussing things with Lamar. I don't know if I'd actually be interested to know what the comms sounded like right there. Trying to keep things PG. Well, there's another nade. This time actually coming in from the opponent. So now an instant 1v4. Mac, he's waving the white flag before he can even think about what's going on. He's taken down. Well, Jay, I'll tell you what. You just can't kill your teammates. That's the issue.
Yeah, it's not
Doesn't
easy,
help.
especially a teammate that's dropping more kills than your entire team combined. It's not really the biggest teammate that you want to do, but the LA Thieves, they take full advantage of it. They find the second kill onto sit towards top ACs and then just play the trade game over towards Xbox to finally stop the bleeding. Now down 4-2. If I'm LA though, I think I just want to switch up my defensive setup. Force them to bomb plant. Just give up B and then force that retake because they are the second best team on this map at doing it. Instead of being the aggressors through the middle of the map, but screw me. We're just going to take mid-map control once again. Envoy in a great position to watch this cross towards B.
Oh, spots really just the back end. There,
Pred's
Pred.
butt.
Stuns are out. Information is found. Octane in the meantime finds Max. We know the second player is going to be in their sight soon. LAT, well, they played it aggressive at least off the rip. They get their map positioning. From there, they find an early bit of information. Pred will fall. It is
2v3.
accuracy. Is at least able to even things up, but between both of these players, such great minds for the game, aware of what the other one is most likely gonna do. But Envoy goes low and now brings it to a 3v1. Sib, no Deddy, 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, he's just crouching his way over towards the site. Waiting for that dead silence to be earned, but Envoy has put himself in a great position to win this gunfight, and he does just that. We were talking about Pred being the playmaker on the side of Seattle. This time he does not take down Envoy for the first blood, and Envoy is able to find 3 on the round. Great work to play it super patient towards top PD. Takedown accuracy, and in a 1v3 situation, you know that the bomb is down towards top middle hallways. You play your corner, you trust your gunny, and you win the 1v1. Thieves, 2 rounds in a row now, down 4-3.
Yeah, starting to make the comeback, and I love what our observer team has been doing. I feel like we've gotten so many great angles of Envoy. You can just tell the playmaker that he has always been known since he's got reintroduced back to the competitive scene, really throughout the CDL franchise era especially, and known to be that route man, known to be the playmaker in search, and right now he's being that for the squad. Going to lead the charge back as he has a huge round number 7, but into round 8 we go. Thieves were down, and now they're looking to fight back. Another first blood granted for them, and on the attack, that is everything. But Pred looks to strike, eventually traded out. Numbers still in favor of Thieves.
3v2. Sid is now going to
Oh.
put that silence. He had the knife out. He was ready for that engagement, but Envoy takes him down, and then Octane with the beamer from top papers
Tie
is able
game.
to find a final kill. That's just another great job right there from the Thieves, knowing the setup that Seattle like to play. They haven't switched it up yet on the defensive end. It's usually accuracy playing over towards triple vans. They get that first blood onto him. And then a perfect crossfire to take down Pred in towards bottom laundry was set up by Draza to keep the numbers on their side. Eventually find the final 2 kills. Seattle Surge let them back into this game now, 4-4.
It feels like throughout this comeback, a lot of it has resided on these first bloods. That is something that Seattle struggled with mightily at the Texas Major. They were at a 0% win rate in 3v4s at Major number 3. So as we said, it feels like they just lack the playmaking when they're down in numbers. And right now, that could be the thorn in their side. Looking to slow things down, recognizing that all that momentum has quickly been squandered. Can it be the playmaking from Mac that maybe leads this team back, or on the opposite side, could it be Draza? Stunned out, position known. And how does Seattle elect to play this? They start to line up. Mac able to find that kill, stays alive. The same thing can be said for Envoy. Many players low on HP.
3v3 now, 40 seconds left. Seattle Surge is still looking like they're going to put the pressure over towards B.
Look at that little
Find
angle.
a way over to the opposite side of the map. Pred, he's going to get infoed on. Kenny's able to take him down. So now in the 3v2 situation, you have to get this bomb down. You still have Octane, though, top AC, who can cause them problems.
And Kenny can absolutely do the same thing. Once he gets that indicator, the bomb has been planted. He's going to jump right on it. But Kenny, he gets found out. Information is provided to the squad mates. But other than that, Seattle Surge very much still firing. One player at top PD, the other at top orange. Time continues to tick. Envoy able to find one, and Octane will drop the other. 2v2, and they're able to come away with it. Down 4-1, they have come screaming back, and now will hold the advantage. My word,
Nice
what a
job
search
by
destroy. This is
LEDs.
bad, Jay.
And I thought right there, if you are Seattle Surge, the biggest thing that you needed to do was get away with your life from the player on bomb, which was Mac. He threw a couple snakes, allowed his teammate to pick up that kill, force it to a 2v2. And then all you have to do with that situation is watch your flanks, make sure you throw a couple shoulders to check bomb. But both of you guys cannot die in that situation. Envoy was a huge one towards top PD, and then Octane reads the positioning of Mac beautifully to both win their one-on-one engagements. The retake was in. And now that's 4 rounds in a row. So now put the Thieves at game point.
Oh my word, and for Surge, I mean, confidence has to be shot, but out of sight, out of mind. Gotta have some short-term memory. That's without question. This could be the kill that decides it. This could be the one. Fred, able to drop Envoy. As we said, playmakers on both sides of the screen. But this time it's the Aussie who comes out on top. Seattle, what can they do now that they have blood? Maybe it's Fred. Maybe it's Fred who can do everything.
Uh-oh.
Give him an opportunity, and he will not
Round 11.
squander it. Send him forward and watch him fly. Pred delivers, and now we've got OT.
Oh, Pred. He wins such a huge one-on-one right off the rip versus Envoy. Shuts down that cruise missile. If Envoy was able to earn that, the round is basically over. Because they were not going to be prepared for a streak to get called in. But Seattle Surge on the back of Pred, who has just been taking over in this search and destroy. Had a couple rounds where he was getting first blooded, but he finds another 3-piece to now force a round 11. Oh, man. Seattle Surge on the attack. We saw this once before, man.
We have indeed. We have indeed. The round 11 records by no means look solid for Surge.
I'm going down
Now is
quick.
the time to break the streak. If there's ever a time, it would be now. Starting to feel pressure when it comes down to the top 8 seeds. What's going to happen? Envoy over the top. The playmaking is in. Octane on the other side of on the screen is able to find one
Mac and
himself.
Pred.
Instant 2v4.
Pred got one.
Is still alive.
Pred's still alive. He takes down Octane. 30 seconds left. A player from the Thieves have to hop on the point. Can he at least finds one? All lift up the Pred.
When his position's known, the comms are there. The communication is there. And Thieves are going to walk away with
win
the
round
comeback.
11 and map 2.
4-1. And it did not matter for the defending world champions. It's all smiles as they recognize what they have just done. Surge have got to be feeling it after a loss like that. We were already singing their praises, and now we're admiring their downfall. A 2-0 now in the series for Thieves. All momentum without a doubt has got to be on their
15
side
and 6.
after a comeback like that, Jay. Wild stuff here on Embassy.
Thieves did not panic, man. 5-5 situation. You had one player in Octane who was sitting towards top AC. He gets all the information that the pressure is definitely coming over towards B-Bomb. But once it gets planted, you already see Envoy on that street flank. He did the same exact route in round number 1 and found success at that point as well. Takes down Sib, works his way to top PD, eventually sets up Octane to find that second kill. And then in the 4v2 situation, see Seattle with no PD control. That means they had to check the bomb from either back alley or through bottom orange. LA Thieves had all that information. They watched all those angles, and they're able to find those final 2 kills and clutch up in the search and destroy. That's devastating if you are Seattle, man. Now you have to try to complete a reverse sweep to not be 0-1 in this stage.
Yeah, versus the LA Thieves, who, as you said, buddy, is like a team that's always going to adapt, a team that's never going to get nervous. It feels like in situations like that. Very, very impressive out of LAT. And another round 11 loss on Embassy for Seattle Surge. As you said, that one has to sting in more ways than one. But, folks, before we throw it to a quick little break, we got to talk to you about Spylight. That is right. You guys loved it yesterday. We're doing it again today.
All right.
Spylight is a new segment by our presenting sponsor, Citadel, on Prime Video, where you guys get to guess who the CDL Pro is based off a few key
That's Draza.
stats. Make sure to stick around to find out who it is on the other side of this break.
Draws up. The only pro from his state. He's from Alaska. Oh shoot! Did I fuck up? I might have been too much music. But yeah, he's the only pro from Alaska. Paul X is from New Mexico. He's probably the only pro from New Mexico too, so That just means that they're definitely not one of the EU pros because they don't call them states there. Obviously, they basically just have countries. Yeah, pretty sure that's Draza. But as we are almost through the last match of the day, as LA Thieves can get another 3-0 after 3-0ing the Royal Ravens yesterday, would be something. Minnesota winning twice today in front of that home crowd on land. I know Clayster's going to be mad about that. He ain't going to like that very much. He already was talking some on Twitter about that shit, so I wonder what he has to say about it now. And then, of course, Boston beating Toronto in that round 5. Almost letting Toronto reverse sweep them. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. This one could very well be over pretty soon, as Los Angeles Thieves already look pretty good on control. So can they stay hot? Pred, absolutely disgusting freaking showing after not a very good showing in the map number 1. He comes out hot in map number 2, but still, whenever you only die 6 times and it's all 6 rounds that you lost, can't really do anything about that, you know. He was 15-6. Craziness. Craziness. Almost done for the day. I have a feeling that the Thieves are just going to mollywop them here on control, and it could be over very, very soon. Is what I think. But can Seattle start to march a comeback here? I'm not sure. Fame looking pretty good today, and his debut in the CDL with the Minnesota Rocker, a college COD world champion. Fame. So, looking pretty good so far in his replacement of Attach, who I thought was basically the leader of that team. But with him being replaced, I mean, I'm not too certain anymore. Not too certain. But we're about to get back into this guy. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Envoy had a pretty fucking good first match, too. First map.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by the new series Citadel, premiering on April 28, only on Prime Video.
Alrighty, friends. Before we threw it to a commercial break, we were highlighting Spylights. Who's that pro? I'm going to read these through. Won 3 Challenger Cups plus playoffs. Had 3 final appearances in a 7-month span, and the only pro from his state. Jay, you got any guesses?
Well, do I have any guesses? There's only one guy, and his name is definitely the Alaskan Assassin Draza. You could just tell, man, the only player from this state has had 3 finals appearances in the last 7 months. Like, there's no question that it's Mr. Zach Jordan who just closed out that game for his team in that map number 2 to now be up 2-0 in this series. LA Thieves, man, I thought they struggled online, but so far in their first matchup, clean 3-0, 2-0 up versus a team like Seattle Surge, who are one of the best respawn teams we have in the game. What's Draza looking for? He can't even figure it out, brother.
He's looking for a map loss, but he can't find it, Jay. I tell you what, dude, I got this guy on fantasy for $6. Talk about a bargain, by the way. I think you got him too, right?
Yeah, that's my guy. Let's go, Draza.
Duo, love that. We love that. LA Thieves, they also are 11 life right now. As you said, buddy, so far in our Major 4 qualifiers, 5-0 in map count. We'll see if they can make it 6 as we jump in toward El Asilo control. I mean, talk to me, buddy. Like, what do you want to see here from Surge? Obviously, the first hard point is always going to be a vibe kill, considering Surge are, you know, so prevalent, so talented at HP. Then you lose a 4-1 in Search Destroy. Despite having that advantage, what do you want to see them do here on their opening attacking side?
I think the biggest thing that has to be talked about with Seattle Surge is their slang, because we saw on map number 1, you had 2 players who were almost double negative, and you kept it a really close game. So if you're winning a couple of these one-on-one engagements, that can be the turning point for this game. And Sib and Pret, they're already starting off hot. Early pressure towards B. That's going to be 3 down. You see the spawns for LA Thieves all the way across the map. This is exactly how you want to start. Just this reverse sweep is still on the cards.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What should they do? What do we want to see them do? Oh, this would be perfect. Actually, if you could just slay them out on one side of the map, instantly get that B point, yeah, that would be preferred. Okay, ask and you shall receive. Accuracy off to a lovely little start. Eventually does hit the dust, but regardless of it, 2 minutes on the clock in an A zone that is absolutely capable if you are Seattle. As we talked about it, Pred, unbelievable performance in that last Search Destroy despite the loss. Double digits and then some. Coming in from the Aussie. And still looking to try to make his dent into the setup once more. His presence, without question, has been felt. The only question is, really, can the rest of his teammates get out of spawn? Can they begin to make some sort of a flank as they look to group up? We'll see if Surge can make something happen here.
Yeah, right now the Thieves, their setup is too strong, but 2 players are going to drop on the side of the Thieves. You know that one player is going to be sitting towards top radio tower. This is the biggest kill of the round. At least Pred is able to find the trade, and Envoy finds 2 to relieve some of that pressure. But Seattle, they're able to get on the point. First segment is about to be done. These are going to be some crucial kills, and Pred said, Lamar, you took me down on a Search and Destroy. I'm going to make you pay for it. I'm going to do it in the respawn.
Eat that one, accuracy. Meanwhile, Mac, he's like, guys, can we stop, like, you know, this internal stuff? I'm trying to cap a point here over at A. 1 done, 2 more still to go. And right now for the Thieves, it's just try to apply as much pressure as you can. Get Seattle Surge somewhat put in the backside of their spawn. It's absolutely clinical to get him in a spawn trap here on El Asilo. But Surge, given their previous success, are going to quickly jump right back on in toward middle and get that progress flowing again. Accuracy versus Draza. Patience pays off. Here comes Seattle.
That's a big kill to take down Draza from top radio towers. Now you can funnel through. You can take that tower control as Accuracy is able to find 3 in this final push. Last play here is Envoy. The stack is going to be in, and Seattle Surge take the first attacking round.
Round of applause. Round of applause there from Seattle. Jay, we saw everybody putting in work. Accuracy.
Yeah.
Surge 1 attack round. Nice.
That's good work.
Things you love to see. I love that. Talk about a wonderful way to kick off this control. As you said, what could be a reverse sweep? Are we only 1 round in? Absolutely. But that's what you're going to need. You're going to need to see a full team effort. Actually does it in round 1. Mac had some wonderful moments as well. We'll see if Seattle can keep this going. Already into the defense, putting some pressure onto the Thieves. We'll see if Kenny can get off that donut. He likes those a lot lately, Jay.
Yeah. even if in a different mode. Kenny still has yet to pick up a kill, but Seattle Surge did exactly what they need to do in that first attacking round. Now can they answer on defense? His accuracy lines up the first, lines up the second, earns himself that cruise missile. There's still 1 player stopping that clock on the side of the Thieves. Octane is able to find the trade, but Pred is there to take him down. And now this is where you can maintain the map control. Seattle Surge are putting a lot of pressure on the map. LA Thieves cannot get out of their base.
Yeah, that's the problem for Thieves. Like we said, Kenny's yet to get a kill. I mean, when it comes down to it, he's going to have to get on the board. And that's when the progress can really start to begin. You got to win your trades. Right now, a very fiery Seattle Surge squad is yet to take their foot off the pedal. And right now, it is Pred who is on that flank. And you know he's guaranteed to at least find 1. His streak will come to a close. But with that, finally, a body, a toe, rather, is able to jump onto one of those points. Still a segment yet to be captured, and that time begins to tick. 30 to go.
Oh my.
As Draza tries to pause it. Accuracy. He is just having a blast at the top of the mountain. Eventually falls, and now all the pressure gets put on the Octane.
Oh, that's the biggest kill, though, to take down Accuracy from top radio tower. Now you can stop that clock.
Those are nice shots there
going on towards the A point. All it comes down to now is all about these gunfights, and they're able to take down Sip, the only
Goes
player
Cruz.
that's trying to contest it. But the Cruise missile is going to get invested. Accuracy's going to be able to give the information to all of his teammates on where they're attacking this from. A couple trophy systems are going to be down, so nothing to show for it. But they put the pressure on, and only 15 seconds left. LA Thieves, they need to try to capture Ed.
Oh, this is big. This is big. Mac able to find a double. Then with that, the Thieves have to scramble on to the point. A perfect setup there for accuracy. 2 segments. Is there going to be a third? Can the Thieves jump on? Pred with another. A big 1v1. Thieves with numbers. Mac trying to go off. LAT stabilized for the moment. They felt the pressure when it comes to lives. Can they get the capture? They will. A minute on the clock. And what can LAT do with it?
At least the good thing right now for LAT is that they have white control. No players from Seattle Surge have pushed them far enough on the map. So now it's very crucial to find as many kills as you possibly can. As they start off with 2, you get the information onto Mac, but Accuracy wins that gunfight on the flank to shut down that pinch that was coming in. So
oh, what a
35
nade.
seconds left, 7 to 11 in lives remaining. LA Thieves, they're just trying to push on forward.
And given where both of those arrows were, both for Thieves and for Surge, Octane gets that nade kill, and then it opens up such a massive amount of the map, right, for Thieves. The problem being is that Pred still happens to be a problem inside a middle, causing some issues in the warehouse as Accuracy eventually beams out Octane. Pred still on the prowl. And with 5 lives left to go, 5 seconds left, is there a chance? Is there a possibility?
Nah, I don't think so.
No respawns remaining.
No.
Octane. Yeah, not gonna occur. Seattle hold them off. Thieves do a decent job of at least making this game, this round, Jay, a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, they tried to fight, but they just couldn't get past the ARs on the side of Seattle, man. Accuracy's having himself one hell of a control. 18 and 6. So far in the KD department, every time he needs to find himself in a situation to get 2 kills, he did it. Multiple times over towards Radio Terror, and in that situation right there towards top AC, he shuts down the pressure coming up through field. Great nade to take down the first, and then great shots to find the second. We're asking for someone to step up on the side of Seattle Surge besides Pred, and Accuracy has definitely answered the call. Seattle up 2-0.
Yeah, he is beaming, man. Like, Thieves just had an issue just getting to the A zone last round because he was top red tower. Like, he has just been an absolute menace so far. And as we said, the slang, the talent is absolutely there for Seattle. It's just a matter of putting it together. And I believe that is the 3rd team kill that we have seen from Seattle in just 2 games, or rather 2 maps. This one's not even done yet. Maybe not even close to being done yet. Seattle, regardless, look to begin to make their pivot. A bit of a swivel now over toward B as Pred continues to run wild. This is just going to be a headache to deal with, Jay, when you're talking about Pred. Sweat off the brow as they eventually do drown him out.
Uh-oh,
Still
homeboy got him off, though.
Still some progress to be done. Thieves thankfully wiped the board.
Yeah, Thieves do a great job of setting up the pinch. It was Kenny who won a huge one-on-one on the back end to at least open that play. So now with 50 seconds on the clock, Seattle trying to fight out of their base, trying to take care of Envoy. He's just cutting them down left and right. Already on a 4 spree. That's going to be another 4 dead in the feed. You see the call is already in. Turn around, play for a couple more spawn kills. He finds his 5th. 1 off our net cruise.
Yeah, I think if I'm Envoy's teammates, it's just like, hey man, listen, just stay alive. 30 seconds to go. Get a guaranteed kill. Let's have a cruise missile move into this next attack because we are absolutely going to need it. And that's going to be the cruise earned. And how about a 7th kill on top of it? Do we hear 8? No, not going to happen. Pred eventually foils them. Is that going to be the opportunity? Is that going to be the lane that could be found for Seattle? Mac, a little hesitant to jump on that point. His presence is revealed. Kenny trying to get things going. Able to find 1, and now this kill should be pretty much guaranteed. It should be locked up.
Okay,
Thieves
finally
wiped the
won
board
around
on both of those zones, and with that,
now they gotta
only
win an
allow
attack
for one
round.
segment to go the opposite direction. A good answer, but one that was obviously needed.
Yeah, that was definitely a much-needed answer right there from the Thieves. Maintaining map control, allowing your SMGs to get pushed up in enemy base. Just roaming around, finding kill after kill. As Envoy does a great job of just staying alive in towards bottom pool. He's able to earn himself that cruise missile. And now, like you said, LA Thieves, they were able to do a great job that first go-around on the attacking round, just completing that A point. Now they find themselves down by 4 segments. So if you are LA, you have a cruise missile to work with. Octane also on a 5 spree. Your biggest kill on the map is taking out accuracy towards top radio.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just get accuracy out of this spot. Causing some issues early as he will take down 2. It does set up Octane. A big kill to find, and he's able to rip the head. They're off of the Iceman, so double cruise missiles throughout the remainder of this game for Thieves, and they would love to walk away with this attack, to walk away with as many segments as possible without having to use them. With that in mind, they'll send Envoy forward. All 4 of those red arrows very much so established at this A zone, and it feels like it's just a matter of time before they go for the full capture.
Yeah, they got a 3 stack
they
now.
have the stack going. Spawns all the way across the map for Seattle Surge. Gonna basically decide to chalk this one up, but Mac, he's not giving up on the play. He's setting up for the exit kills. Works his way all the way around the yellow shack, but not able to pick up the kill onto Envoy. So now they get that information. All you have to do if you are LA Thieves is win a couple gunfights towards back AC, and the spawns will flip for Seattle Surge. With Pred, he starts it off by winning the first one onto Envoy. And just keep in mind, if you are Seattle, you have to worry about those cruise missiles as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. LA Thieves, bit of control. Player 3 and Kenny trying to cause some issues for the backside of the mountain. Meanwhile, player that is sitting in white right now is going to be accuracy. So a lot of things to keep in mind, really, for both teams. A bit of spawn pressure that's found from either side. So Kenny, player number 6, excuse me, in accuracy, eventually falls. And with that, they will begin to fly on forward. Plenty of bodies as Octane looks to get established. Long-range fights. Those are his specialty. Light him up, baby. Knock him down over the top. Sim eventually does get found out. That's going to be 1 segment already.
Maybe 2 on B
2
now.
2 players alive and 2 off a spawn. Can LAT keep this rolling?
Can LAT keep it rolling? They're able to find 2 kills. So Sib and Pred have to try to make a couple plays.
Good play by Draws.
From Draws to take down Sib. All left up to Pred before the stack comes in. He's just trying to stay alive. He's trying to allow his teammates to get back into the play. The second segment is already in. Pred trying to go for the wall bang, but his teammates are all the way across the map. LA Thieves trying to force round 5.
Oh, Pred! An accuracy! Able to wipe him away. Just a sliver left on that progress bar, and this would have been a round 5 guaranteed. But now, Seattle begin to awake, and now for the Thieves, you're thinking, okay, 50 seconds left. Obviously, we have 1 zone left to go. Positive being is that we've got some cruise missiles in our arsenal and the artillery. And here comes the first one, Jay.
The first one comes in, you're picking up, you're using this to simply get all the information you possibly can. You know that 2 players are going to be over towards BS and D. At least a trade does come in. Now you're able to stop that.
They're on it.
Able to get on the point. The 2
you got 2 on it.
Here. Seattle have to move.
Oh! He got it! Wow!
And with that, Thieves, they capture the point. And now
1 round away for Thieves
back again
to force the round 5.
Forcing the round 5. Have a cruise missile still to work with. And it feels like shades of map 2 all over it, Jay. Thieves were down 4-1. They win it in round 11. They were down 2-0 to start off El Asilo, and now we've got round 5. A spotlight on all 4 players of Seattle Surge. They've got to win this.
Yeah, Seattle. They have to find a success they had on the very first attacking round, which is a lot of pressure over towards B. But they're going to switch it right on up, take bottom pull, try to close out A with ease. Like on the opposite side, where I was saying the biggest kill on the map was taking out accuracy from this positioning.
Oh, no. And they got defense.
As Kenny finds 2, Envoy with the 3rd.
Wow, I can't believe the Thieves might just turn this around.
And then we talk so often, right, in control about that opening gunfight, especially for the attacking side.
I didn't think there's any way they could get defense.
Everybody beaming off the rip of this round. That is a 10-team streak. From that last round, now has progressed over into this one.
Civ finally got one.
Still on the 5, Kenny on a 4. A slow game for him, but are we about to see more cruise missiles earned? Draza
he was so close to the cruise.
And thankfully for Seattle, they can finally make their way past that 50-yard line.
They finally can, but now you still have Kenny, who has top radio control. He's able to cut down 2.
He got 1. He got a cruise, though.
It's going to be Pred. You just have to rotate over towards B, because you know those deep spawns are coming in from LA. So You're just trying to stop this clock, extend this time the best way that you possibly can. All 4 players around this B point. Kenny's gonna get the information. He also has a cruise missile to work with.
Oh my God! Like fireworks in the sky, Seattle.
Oh, he got accuracy.
Trophies are down, but not effective. Another few men fall, and
20
with that,
seconds.
the time begins to become a factor for Surge. 15 seconds. Where do you go?
They gotta go to B.
Arrows more positioned over at B. Do you try to make the pivot at A? Octane still has a cruise missile as well.
Accuracy got one. They could get B.
They are able to lock it down. All 4 members still alive and trying to stack it.
Here comes another cruise.
For as long as possible, but here comes in
You gotta throw some nades.
Octane puts on the afterburners. Not able to find anything.
Only
Information
one
is
left
all
on
that
B.
it is.
It's Mac.
The sole man alive, trying to remain intact. Nades at his feet. 47 HP.
Oh, they got it.
They're able to stay alive. Minute and 5 on the clock.
Minute and 5 on the clock.
To get A.
12 in lives remaining. LA Thieves have set themselves up to potentially close this series
Octane
out
already up in
3-0.
power
Just
position.
want to make sure you're maintaining top radio control, making it a lot more difficult for Seattle to get on towards the point. You're going to have one player in Pred who's working the super deep flank, but he eventually gets read out right there by Kenny. Big kill from him with 45
Uh-oh,
seconds
Accuracy
left.
got 2.
They have 1 or 2 more good
Mac got
versus.
1.
Accuracy starts it off with 2.
Uh-oh.
Accuracy finds 3. This is what you can
They got to
the
stack. They got to stack.
Absolutely, everybody from Seattle. The game plan is hop on the point. Get on
Uh-oh.
this objective. Let's
Can
get this
Seattle
done
get it
right
here?
Right now. Is it gonna go through? Is
Yep,
it
they
gonna go
did.
through? Yes, it will. Seattle.
Okay, that's the way to start the reverse sweep.
Avoid utter collapse and managed to come away with the round 5. Phoenix was ready to come back from, or rather, ready to come from the backdrop forever. He had to wait a few rounds.
Wow.
But Seattle, my God, Jay, they're able to survive like 15 cruise missiles. And that
What a
is just
crazy match with
chaotic.
control.
That is just absolute chaos on the map.
I thought that was it for sure, man.
They won that for their mental as well. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Accuracy
a tremendous
34 and
explosibility
22.
Right there from Seattle Surge. Mac was the only player over towards V point. He was a huge one-on-one, even with Kenny on the flank, finding 2 kills, shutting down both of his teammates. Mac stays alive just long enough for his teammates to eventually get back into the play. They secure that B point. And then in a 2v4 situation, Accuracy again makes the play. 26 non-traded kills, 34 and 22 with 4K damage. He was doing it all with the AR, man. Every time they needed to find an opening, it was Accuracy who got it done every time he needed to, with big kills over towards top radio, because that's the positioning you want to make sure you take control of. Once you do that, the stat comes in. You know that Thieves are spawning all the way across the map. Seattle, they were never out of it, man. They got fight. They win this map in the arena. Now stay alive longer in this series.
Yeah, I gotta say too, Jay, like when we talk about like momentum and all that stuff, I feel like momentum is still on the side of Thieves after that. Like, you were the ones who made the comeback. I feel like those guys are probably smiling like, oh, we almost had them. Imagine if we came away with another wild comeback. It feels like for Surge, sweat off the brow. Like, thank God we didn't just get embarrassed, if you will, in back-to-back maps after having the sizable lead that we did. They at least survived the cruise missiles. It was not easy. They had their work cut out for them in that round 5, and they did come away with it, but it just feels like so many opportunities squandered in what could have been a more faster game of Velocilo control. But for fans and, you know, maybe just your average CDL viewer, you're happy to see a wild performance like that. It's been a crazy day of COD, and this series is finally starting to live up to those expectations. Surge eventually get on the board as now we approach Embassy Hardpoint.
Oh, and Embassy Hardpoint, man, this was going to be a banger. Neither one of these squads have matched up against each other on this map. It's usually a Mercado Hardpoint, a little bit of Hotel, and then also that Hydra that they played at once. So this is the first time that they're going to be able to square up on this. LA Thieves, this is one that they usually do tend to struggle with when you talk about rotations. Everything in Hardpoint, when you talk about rotations, is what the Thieves tend to struggle with. And then the opposite side for Seattle, this is one of their stronger maps, 2nd overall in rotations. But the biggest thing that they struggle with is their hold percentage, man. 10th overall in the league. So that tells me that they're winning the spawns. They're winning that rotation, but their setups are not the best. So they have to try to work on that to try to force that game 5.
without question. All eyes on the Seattle Surge, given these last few performances, given these last few games, and also given the standings. How about Minnesota Rocker doing unbelievable work there at their home series in Wisconsin? Amazing, amazing stuff. For No Chance was having an absolute blast. But the big thing is that Seattle Surge have been caught, Jay. They are right now neck and neck with Rocker, tied at 130 points for Seattle. They now have Minnesota Rocker on their heels and have the potential to maybe even be passed when we talk about seeds as well. And for Surge, like we said, man, they face off against Thieves today. They have a date with Toronto Ultra tomorrow, so it does not get any easier from this point on.
Oh yeah, it definitely does not.
What is
get
up with that
easier.
music?
So if you
It needs to stop right now. Looks like they're sending out the fist bumps anyway to start this mug.
Where you haven't had a lot of success. But it's all about getting there first. This Embassy map number 4 is everything for Seattle Surge. We saw them in that map number 2, started up nice, but then eventually the comeback was in. Even in that map number 3, they looked pretty damn dominant, but LA Thieves, they started to crawl back. But they eventually
Can the
had
Thieves
that
close
ice.
it out
So
here?
you are
Will Seattle
Seattle Surge
Surge
do a
try to go
better
for the
job at your
reverse sweep?
setups, because that's what LA Thieves were able to do all throughout map number 1, even with Seattle chalking the final 20 to 25 seconds to set up properly for the next. LA Thieves were able to find the break with ease. So you are Seattle Surge, setups have to be on point to force this game 5.
Yeah, and as you said, versus this Thieves team that at times over on Hydro made breaks look effortless. For Seattle Surge, they're 1-4 in their last 5 hard points. Not really the record you'd expect to see, considering that they do still technically have the highest hard point win rate in the CDL. Trying to get back to business, trying to get back to their strong suit. The spread begins off quite nicely, 3-1 before he eventually does fall. And with that, Surge are able to get on the board. Both teams looking to try to grab some time over at P1, but most importantly, get that focus from the bottom side of the map for P2.
But that's LA Thieves finding all the kills in the feed, and you also have one player in draws that works that deep flank, the Cape Tree control, but accuracy not missing right now. Takes down 3 players, is now gonna allow Pred to strike through bottom mid. Now it's all about the fight for the spawns. Accuracy does get taken down by Octane, so it's gonna be LA Thieves with more bodies on this side of the map. Should be able to start off with this initial time.
See if Sib can get on the board. He does hit the dirt, and that's now going to be 0-5 for him. Fred as well, he'll also drop. Accuracy, how about an incredible performance and a wonderful display that he just put when it came down to Elisilo. He gets taken down by the car bomb, so everybody from Seattle just continues to drop. Regardless, they've got a few close members here, but they're still not able to take away the Alaskan Assassin. Population 1 when we talk about pro players from his state, but in a wonderful state of mind. One more kill away from that cruise missile. Eventually drops, 20 seconds still to go, and it feels like for Thieves, they might be on the hunt. A big decision to make. They find those kills, and now the focus comes in toward next.
Yeah, I thought if you're Draza in that situation, one off earning that cruise missile, you just want to stay alive, make your death a little bit more difficult. But he goes for the challenges, which eventually allows Octane to find 3 off the rotation. And now this is going to allow LA Thieves to get fully set up for a top base seed. That's another 4 dead. LA Thieves currently with a nice little lead. They're trying to extend it. Some great time off P3.
Yeah, right now, Fred, the only man past that 50-yard line, indeed. Trying to make something happen. Does he go for the ladder push? Is there even an opportunity? Is there a chance? Yes, there is. Octane, the sole man in the point, eventually does get sniffed out. And Pred, his long-term play will work out. The issue being is that he's still the only man here. Thieves off a spawn, able to drop him. And with that, they look to extend their lead that much more.
And now with 25 seconds left, if you are Seattle, they're still putting on a lot of pressure because they know they're maintaining those spawns, but you cannot drop in these gunfight scenarios. His accuracy at least takes down one, but Envoy's going to be here for the trade. So now Seattle Surge, with the pressure that they apply towards all, are not now going to have the spawns. Envoy's punching left and right. Only one player up, but that one player that stays alive now allows Seattle Surge to get the preferred spawns. Now they should be able to get some good time off of this P4.
They should. We'll see if they can. Draza's going to bring out that Vaznev. Meanwhile, the rest of his teammates can stay the same. Right now for Surge, trying to lock down, trying to hunker down right now inside of the office. Not a whole lot of space. Sometimes that benefits you, sometimes it does not. Here comes the call. 3, 2, 1. Toss up the nades. Time to jump on forward. Draza, first one in. He eventually falls. Accuracy. He does get dropped. And once more, taken off of the Iceman.
Oh, Sid.
Looks to arrive. A slower start to this game, but now on the 4 spree. Has a hand in taking down Octane. Chaos going down inside the office, but Surge, it looks to be a full
60.
Job done, and they are right back in this game. Kitchen we go.
Oh, and already off the rotation, Accuracy was able to win a couple big gunfights, relieve some of that pressure from the Thieves players. But then eventually Envoy strikes. He's able to find those final 2 kills of the players on Seattle Surge, closer towards the hard point. Now it's going to allow LA Thieves to get fully set up for Kitchen. They know where Seattle are trying to break from. They're blocking all the spawns from PD. But Seattle, they're attacking from orange side just so they can get that closest spawn, try to find that break.
Yeah, right now they've got the numbers. Because of those spawns, they will now begin to make their push on forward. However, Kenny and Envoy there to erase them. The play was established. The push was nearly granted. And now they continue to fall by the wayside. Thieves, look what happens when you rotate. Their holds absolutely impeccable as they have now doubled the score of Surge and then some.
Oh,
and
wow.
Now it's Envoy's turn to go on a spree again. Wonderful work coming in from Dylan Hand, and right now for Surge J, that scoreline, it is not looking pretty. The second side of rotations have got to be much better than this. We could be talking about streaks, we could be talking about cruise missiles, and yes, we are. Look at Quavo go, 14 and 6.
That's a great response right there from the Thieves. Just got full 60 over towards B4, but they get a full 60 over towards Kitchen. Now up by 92 points. You know all about this P1. Neither squad is going to fight for a majority of these times. They just want to maintain the better side of the map, all ready to go down on the side of Seattle. Trying to just keep them off of the point, but LA Thieves, they're playing some great hard point right now.
Yeah, and like you said, man, this is just like it just feels like Surge are in a weird funk right now in hardpoint. Like Hydro, they started off slow, as we said, to close out Texas. They were dropping hardpoints to Atlanta. They were dropping both of those hardpoints to Optic Texas. It just feels like they are not in a great groove, as it seems. Everybody on Thieves' fire and streaks have been earned. They need to wake up. And as we said, Jay, this is surprising considering how great the Surge have been at hardpoint all season long.
Especially versus a team like Thieves. Every single time that they have matched up, at least in the last 2 times, it's 3-1 record in favor of Seattle Surge. But I don't know what's been going on with the Thieves. They're winning a couple rotations. They're doing the fundamentals. And this is what the score line is currently looking like. But Seattle Surge fully set up for this P2. Hopefully they got a couple trophy systems down so that cruise missile isn't going to be effective. They're getting themselves a good amount of time off of this hard point. Sips holding down that street end with only 35 seconds left. LA Thieves now getting those spawns over towards gas. Do they decide to just call it quits and rotate over towards AC?
Oh, a big one for Accuracy to take. Was able to drop 2 in the meantime. Regardless of it, Thieves, too many bodies. Seattle recognizing that.
Oh,
score,
Mac,
jump
good
in.
play.
Gotta be aggression, and maybe that mentality, that mindset is exactly what they need. At a point in the game such as this, Mac eventually falls, but the focus is now going to be over at the ACs. There's a 2v2, and now Seattle take a look at that group spawn that they just get. All 4 members alive and thriving. We'll see what they can do with this opportunity.
Oh yeah, this has to be a hold to fight your way back into this game. As you know, the pressure from the LA Thieves is going to come in from gas side. Also through bottom orange, so Mac is going to have his hands full. Eventually he does get taken down. But this is where you can get that chain from P3 to P4. If you're able to find a majority of these kills, nades are coming in, but no trophy systems to work with. They're finding all the kills in the feed until Kenny's able to strike from orange. Able to relieve some of that time. Not allow Seattle to get all of it, but with 30 seconds left, it's all about the battle for those next spawns.
Yeah, it is. I was just saying Mac in a spot. I felt like that 1v1 is what you had to have. In these 20 seconds, they cannot go the other direction. Thieves, take a look at that map positioning. It's all about the top side. Not only are they getting the scrap points, but they're also going to be set up for new. A dream-like scenario if you are a Thieves fan. But Seattle, what can they do? What can they do? with this next push. Members up, players alive. Early gunfights very well could tell the tale of what's going to happen for the remainder of this series, for the remainder of this map. Thieves come running in. Kenny for 2.
Could be it.
Envoy for the 3rd. It's another break for LAT.
Oh my God, and that is perfection right there from the Thieves. Everyone attacks from a different angle, and even with the only player that was up at that given time was Envoy. He waits for his teammates to get into the play.
Maybe not.
For them to eventually find the break, but Mac, he finds 3 of his own. Seattle, no. We give up all this time. The game is basically over. So they're able to find the break, find a couple kills in the feed, and keep this game still going. Now we're going to force LA Thieves off that rotation over towards Kitchen, where they had a lot of success the last time around. Seattle need to find some early breaks, or at least win that rotation towards next with 2 players here.
Yeah, it's difficult for Surge as well, just given the chaotic nature of Kitchen. But regardless, though, maybe this could be their opportunity to thrive. Like we said, into chaos, maybe in spots like this with the backs against the wall. This is where at times they play their best COD. We know this franchise is full of surprises, full
26
of incredible
seconds.
moments. Some crazy comebacks have been happening in COD lately. Is this one? Is this another chance? Another one here for Seattle. Mac, again, able to find one, but Thieves now within 15 points of Collins series. The last team fight of the game very well could be in store as Surge try to make their way through. Accuracy for another. Envoy trying to tease his way forward. He'll take down 2. How great has Envoy
10
been
seconds.
throughout this series?
That's it.
36 and 27, putting Seattle to bed as it will be a W.
GG's.
Once more for LAT. And a perfect start here in the Major 4 qualifiers.
LA Thieves, man, did not make any mistakes. In both the hard points, it was Envoy who took over with so many engagements, non-stop pressure on the map.
Yeah,
Winning
LA
a couple
Thieves look good.
rotations, setting up properly, giving yourself a nice little comfortable lead at the end of the first rotation of hard points to then play that 20 to 25 seconds of junk time towards every single hill. And when you find the kills while you're playing for that time, even better, because then that means you're winning that rotation over towards next. LA Thieves.
That's it for this matchup as LA Thieves beat Seattle Surge 3 maps to 1. That's going to do it for today. I believe there's 3 matches tomorrow. We will bring more to you then. Much love. Stay tuned for more CDL action.